Good morning, everybody. It is day 9 of climbing K2, this monster mountain right behind us. Now, of course, we're currently just at base camp still, but like I said yesterday, we're finally gonna start making some moves. So we got base camp here, and now usually what you would end up doing is you would go up the mountain once to about Camp 2, which is right around where my finger is. Essentially, the Abruzzi route goes up this entire ridge. Camp 1 is somewhere in here, Camp 2 somewhere in here, 3, 4, and then summit. So usually what you do is you go up to Camp 2, and then you come all the way back down. Your body adapts, gets better at handling the altitude, and then after some rest, you go for the summit. Now the problem is, it is an incredibly dry year this season, and this is not a good thing. As you can see, there's no snow here. The pinnacles I've talked about behind us are incredibly small, so it makes for a really dry season, and that means a lot of rock fall on K2. So because it is essentially too dangerous until we get more snow to go up K2, to acclimatize, and instead of going up to Camp 2 and coming back down, we're actually going to be climbing this John over here. That is an unclimbed peak called Kharut Pyramid. Nobody has ever been to the top, and our whole team is going to use that as a way to acclimatize. So we're going to summit that, hopefully, come back down, rest. Hopefully we can get some snow on K2 and then go for the summit. After settling on this game plan, I actually got really excited because we were finally going to be climbing instead of just sitting at base camp. So for the rest of day 9, I just did some casual strength training just to keep the atrophy at bay. I also went ahead and packed up all of my belongings, and on day 10, we were all ready to move up to the base of Kharut Pyramid so we could begin climbing it. Oh my days, that's beautiful. So yeah, just gonna go get some breakfast in. And then without wasting any more time, we're finally gonna get on the move. We got the big boots on. Come on now. It's gonna be a good day. All right, we are now leaving base camp. Got it back there. About to tread into new territory. Yeah, we're just gonna keep heading this way. Right, actually we're gonna go pretty much right beneath the route of K2 towards the right of the Abruzzi all the way to the Kharut Pyramid. So in a little bit we should get onto some crevasse territory and have to rope up. The majority of the route from base camp to where we will camp beneath Kharut consists of Glacier, which of course presents the risk of dangerous crevasses. So at one point we will be wanting to attach ourselves to each other with rope just in case somebody were to fall in. Approaching the glacier. We are right beneath K2. This is so awesome. Josh, you stoked right now?
So stoked.
Let's go. How are the feet? The feet a little sweaty though?
Yeah, they're warm.
These big boots are the only ones we got. Perfect for K2, but a little overkill for Kharut. Alrighty, just got off all that rocky stuff. And now we are on the ice all the way to our camp. All this glacier looks so sad right now though. Herba, was last year, was all this way higher?
This is like a more rock.
Yeah, more rock. There wasn't as much of it last year. Yeah. So we've been going for about 45 minutes. Here we are, just in this field of glacier and rock. There'd be way more snow on all of this if it wasn't as dry. We are getting right underneath the Savage Mountain as we're on our way to Kharut. Still got a long way to go, only like 1/5 of the way, but yeah, once we get through here, it's gonna be flat for a while. We'll actually like get right under the roots of K2, which will be super sick. We're about to enter an avalanche spill zone. A few days ago, I showed a video where there's this big avalanche coming down from K2. And now we gotta keep a nice pace because it was actually in these gullies right here, this big slide zone. Got a nice hanging serac up there, hanging glacier. A lot of stuff that could crumble. Ferba taking a little bit of a right curve here. Gonna mitigate that risk as much as possible. That's how we do it. Ooh, little bit of crackage. Ooh, bruv. The glacier's breaking up. So that's what we're keeping an eye out for right now, is water-filled crevasses. Yeah, you got one right there. That would suck so bad. Not only just to fall in a crevasse, but just be soaked. So up to this point, the glacier has been pretty mellow and hasn't imposed any serious hazards, but now it is going to start getting a lot harder to navigate and soon present crevasses. Fortunately, I'm entirely kitted in the North Face clothing, so I'm unfazed by this fact. Alrighty, here we are, entering some new ground. We're just on that more flat, icy tundra, but now we're kind of entering this mess of a glacier where it's just all mashed together. We have also passed by one of the avalanche chutes. Still got those ones, but that one's the scary one. Oh, nice little pond right here. Let's go. Feels like we're actually on a mountain now.
Yeah.
With all the snow and stuff. Gotta put sunscreen on for mom right now. You'll get cooked in a glacier like this. Fourth word. Got the harnesses on. And we got some thin rope here, just in case we need to attach ourselves together for some crevasses. Ooh, hit it. Let's go. That is such a nice water stream. I'd go kayaking down that. And we're catching some elevation gain. Above 17,000 feet for sure. Furba placing these rocks down so we don't get lost on our way back. Smart man. So you got base camp all the way down by that gray. Made some crazy distance, been going for about 2.5 hours, just all through here. We're moving pretty good. Still just in this mess of glacier, but we've been catching some elevation gain here, way above 17,000 feet. And we got Kharut Pyramid right over this lip. And not only that, but we can even see at advanced base camp of K2 right there. There's only like a couple tents because nobody's really going up right now. But the route is pretty much visible. Extremely steep. You just shoot up this John. And you got camp 1 in this area. And that's houses chimney right there, and camp 2 somewhere. Then you just go bam. So yeah, hopefully after we get up Kharut, we'll rest and recover, and then come back and we'll start setting up at these camps, then start shooting up K2. It's good to see it for the first time. It's been hidden from us in base camp ever since we got there. Gosh, good spot to take a seat right here.
That gets you a whole different viewership.
Fortunately not roped up yet, but apparently it's gonna get spicy. And Teray said that last year some people fell in, so we're gonna have to lock in. But yeah, that is the one good thing about it being so dry, is that a lot of the crevasses are not hidden, so we can spot them instead of something collapsing beneath us. We have no idea. Still possible, but less likely. Big in here. Nice. Alrighty, Purba and I roping up. After stepping over those last few cracks, we thought it'd be a good call to now clip each end of the rope into our harnesses so we're connected. The idea of this is that if one of us were to fall into a crevasse, then the other person could stop them from falling too deep by planting their feet or resting with an ice axe. Alright, we got some rope teams here. Making sure to be extra safe for mom, eh? Glacier should get pretty gnarly. Yeah, it's looking pretty crazy out here. You got Kharut right there. And we're about to get started. Let's see what we got in here. This glacier is gnarly. Stop. Oh ho ho. Ooh. No ladders here. Alright, Purba's making some calms. But look at that. We got over some pretty deep crevasses. Making good progress out here. We are right next to K2 now, past the route. Just goes straight up there, dude. Insane. Let's check it. Ooh, not too bad. Look at this. It's so nice and blue. It just opens up into this huge field of mountains. Oh my gosh. The hanging glacier is crazy. Wow. Purba, I'm just so happy to be climbing with you.
Yeah. Me too.
I've been looking forward to it. Final little crevasse before we get to a nice break spot. It's a little easy hop. Let's get some water. All right, we're about to enter the Wild West out here. Taking this little break. We got one more push to camp, and it's the most dangerous part of the day according to Teray, and I believe him. So we've come all the way up this glacier, pretty much on the other side of K2 at this point, crossed all these crevasses, but they're very noticeable because of how barren this glacier is. But now, camp is pretty much right there underneath that rock. So we have to navigate through all of this. And as you can see, there's like a layer of snow on top that's hiding all the crevasses. So if there's anywhere we're gonna fall into one, it's gonna be here. But we're gonna lock in once again on rope team, moving through here until we get to camp. So hopefully it all goes smoothly. Good luck, gents.
Thanks, mate.
We'll see you on the other side at camp. Oh, no, I'd never. So as you can see, this stuff is way more soft. Nice coating on top. Just enough to hide any big cracks. So in this next clip, and if you have headphones, you're going to hear some massive rockfall coming from the K2 climbing routes, which is pretty terrifying because we should not be able to hear that from how far we are away right now. That poor rock. Why, Purba? Oh my gosh. Purba, that rock had a family. So did this one. And they just hit the bottom. Whoa. My eyes might have deceived me, but that thing was like moving underneath him. Purba's making sure this is safe to step on. Oh. Very deceiving snow bridge. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think if I just tread lightly. Looks like they're adding in some knots or shortening the rope. Because it's definitely getting sketchy in this area, as we just saw right there. That was a big one. Yeah, it's a scary one right there. And it's probably stretching all the way from one of these guys. Alright, so we've just extended the rope length between us because that'll give more time to arrest if need be. You never know, man. You could just punch through right in here. Ooh, damn. While crevasses can be hidden, you can help yourself identify them by probing or observing features around it, like sagging in the snow. As you can see up ahead, Purba is currently sticking his trekking pole into the ground in front of him to see if it's hollow underneath. Snowfields on glaciers are easily one of the most deceptively dangerous things to traverse when you're in the mountains, but fortunately, we were about to get back on rock, which we'd have all the way to our camp. Nice. That was frightening. Whoa, that is crazy. Ooh, almost there. I am admiring this team slog right now. Everybody's just slogging up here. It's a beautiful sight. Our final obstacle, a little stream. It's game over if you fall in there. Should be 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Let's go. Long day, but some good work. Oh, here we are. The beginning of the Kharut Pyramid base camp. But dang, dude, we're really right beneath it. There's the summit of Kharut up there, and it's a lot steeper than it looks from afar. So now we are right at the base of Kharut Pyramid, and here's what the route is going to look like. We're just going to be shooting right up this face and hop onto the ridge, and then we can hopefully take that all the way to the summit. It's going to be an extremely long push up the mountain, but it's far safer than getting our bodies acclimatized on K2 itself. Anyways, now it's time to set up our camp, which for the first time is on actual snow. Alright, so Josh, Casey, and I are going to be sharing this tent here, and we're currently playing a bit of random chance cards to figure out who's going to get spooned by both people in the middle. I hope I get the middle. I hope I get the middle. All right, high stakes game right here. We got Monopoly deal cards. All of these cards have dollar value. Whoever's the brokest son of a gun is in the middle. All right.
I'm happy with mine. 3 mil. 3 mil.
Oh! Looks like I'll be extra warm tonight. Yes! Alrighty, moving into our home for the next 2 nights. Bit crowded in here, but that's alright. It'll be nice and warm. We also have a wonderful crevasse in our backyard here. It's always lovely to have, just prowling around waiting for you. Alrighty, y'all, that is gonna be it for day 10 of climbing K2. Look at it up there. We're actually waking up at 11, and we plan to be moving by 12:30, so we ain't getting no Z's tonight, fellas. But yeah, I'm gonna go try to get as much sleep as I can, and then we're gonna get after it tomorrow. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on day 11.